An Angel's Love. Once upon a time, in the quiet city of Aldermere, an angel named Elias watched the world below with an uncharacteristic fascination. Unlike his kin, Elias was not content with merely carrying out his divine duties. He was intrigued by the lives of humans, by their laughter, their sorrow, their infinite capacity for feeling. The angel would often hover invisibly over crowded markets or quiet parks, absorbing the sights and sounds, lingering in places where the spark of human life felt strongest. One day he happened upon a woman named Lila as she strolled through the city's old bookstore, her fingers trailing along the spines of well-loved books. There was something about her presence that captured him, something quiet yet alive. Elias watched as she moved through the aisles, her eyes lighting up at each discovery, her laughter soft and warm when she found a particularly delightful story. Days turned into weeks, and Elias couldn't keep himself from returning to watch her. Every day he would appear nearby, unseen, as she made her way through her routine. Morning coffees at a little cafe by the river, afternoons spent lost in her reading, evenings walking through the city with a distant, wistful expression. She seemed to carry a hidden sorrow that intrigued him even more, a depth he longed to understand. Elias knew he was crossing a line. Angels were forbidden from developing attachments to humans. But no matter how he tried, he couldn't shake his fascination with Lila. He felt her presence tugging at something deep within him, something that had never stirred before. She was so close, yet forever out of reach, like sunlight through glass. One evening, as she walked through the quiet streets with only the dim streetlights casting long shadows, Lila felt a strange warmth beside her, as though someone was there. She turned, but there was no one, only a whisper in the air that felt familiar and comforting, like an old memory. "Who's there?" Elias, unable to resist her voice, materialized just enough to answer, his voice a gentle murmur.
"Just someone who's been watching over you."
Lila looked around, seeing no one, but she somehow felt his presence.
"An angel, then?"
she asked with a small, bemused smile. Elias hesitated, torn between duty and desire.
"Something like that."
Each night after, they exchanged words this way, Elias's voice soft and close, yet bodiless. He learned about her dreams, her favorite books, the memories she clung to. She confided in him like he was an old friend, while he, caught in her warmth, felt himself drifting further from his celestial purpose. Finally, one night, as her voice drifted into the quiet, she said,
"I feel like I know you, but how can I trust something I can't see?"
Her words stung Elias, a bittersweet reminder of the gulf between them. He wanted so badly to reach for her, to show her that he was real. But to break the boundary, to become mortal, would be to forsake his place in eternity. But against his better judgment, he made a choice. The next evening, as Lila wandered by the river, Elias appeared before her, fully visible, though ethereal and faintly luminous. His eyes held the weight of heaven and earth, yet they were fixed on her with a softness that transcended words. Lila gasped, clutching her chest, yet something in her heart recognized him.
"You..."
He smiled, sadness and warmth mingling in his gaze.
"I had to see you, Lila, to tell you goodbye."
"Goodbye?"
she echoed, her eyes filling with sudden understanding.
"But why?"
"If I stay here,"
he whispered, his voice breaking,
"I will no longer be what I am. I can't be with you without losing myself."
Tears brimmed in her eyes, and she reached out, her fingers brushing against his, warm yet insubstantial.
"But I feel like I've known you forever."
He held her gaze, his form beginning to fade.
"And perhaps one day I will return. But in this life, I can only watch over you from afar."
In that fleeting moment, their souls seemed to touch, a spark that lingered in the air even after he was gone. And as he returned to the heavens, Elias knew that he would carry her memory forever, a memory that, for a brief and beautiful moment, made him feel human.